So it's been about 6 years since Neil Blomkamp released his last full length film, Chappie. And he's back now in 2021 with the sci fi horror possession uh, thriller Demonic. And I was a bit worried coming into this. I very much enjoyed District 9 and Chappie as well. I have yet to watch Elysium, but so far I've enjoyed everything that he's done. I think he has a great style, and the concepts for his movies are generally really cool. And I wasn't too big a fan of his short films that he was releasing. Visually, yeah, I think they're pretty awesome, like Zygote especially. I think it would be awesome if he did something like that as a full length feature, but there just wasn't enough in them to grip me as much as I sort of wanted them to. And after seeing the ultra negative critical reception of Demonic and the fact that it's almost entirely a failure, both critically, financially, yeah, this did not do well at all. And I was a bit nervous going into this, but I also remembered that a lot of people didn't like Chappie when it came out, and I personally love that, so I had an open mind. And I was right to, because I really liked this movie. I thought it was great. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I understand that it's not something that everybody's going to like. It's sort of slow and out there, and especially in the last act, it gets kind of messy, admittedly. It goes balls to the wall, really, really fucking weird, really fast, and for me personally, it worked. I think it sets up its tone and characters really well, and there's a lot of like creepy moments throughout this. I was actually kind of surprised at how effective some of this was. And I think the slow burn did a great job of setting up sort of the insanity that goes on in the last half. This movie follows this woman whose mother committed some horrible crime. She burned down a nursing home or something like that. And now she's in a coma. And she's put into this sort of virtual reality simulation that's connected with her brain. And her daughter has to go in and sort of get a peek into her psychology and what's going on and everything. And I won't spoil too much of this, because I think where it goes is the most interesting part of the film. Obviously, that stuff is set up really well, and you're kind of wondering what's happening, and it was pretty easy for me to get invested early on. And then once it got all weird and like sort of out there with the plot, I was just along for the ride, and I was like, this is actually really cool. But a big complaint that I have is that there's a big set piece towards the end of the second act that is not shown. You see the aftermath of it, and after that point, I kept thinking, man, I wish I could have seen that sequence. But I'm assuming that it was a budgetary thing, because it probably would have been a big, not a spectacle, but a big scene. And I think it hurts the movie a little bit not having that sort of high-octane moment to propel it along. And also, there's a big lack of practical gore, which is something that I don't know if everybody thinks about this when they think of Neil Blomkamp's movies, but he does really great. Him and Guillermo del Toro go hand in hand with the violence in their films, because there's always at least one moment in each movie that I look back on and I remember, and I'm like, man, that was grisly and really well done. But this one didn't have anything like that, and I was really disappointed going in, because I was like bracing myself. I was like, okay, let's go. But and I'm aware that Elysium also has a some stuff like that. So I'll have to check that one out. I think people are exaggerating a bit the quality of this movie. It's definitely not perfect. It's a really great concept, really great visuals. The pacing is really well done, and everything about it is just generally solid, except for maybe the last 10 minutes, which I wasn't a big fan of. And it works with everything that it sets out to do. So I feel like people are exaggerating a bit, saying that this is like the worst movie of the year, and a lot of people are rating it like 1 or a half star out of 5, and that just seems ridiculous to me because it's not that at all. It's competent, it's effective, and I enjoyed it. I sometimes find myself sort of drifting off while watching movies, but it held my attention all the way through, and it's a lot better than some other movies that came out this year. Because personally, it's something that I'm gonna pick up on Blu-ray if there's a Blu-ray release of it. All right, I don't think I have much more to say about it than that. I know this video was kind of disorganized and it was just my general thoughts on the movie. I just kind of wanted to put my opinion out there to sort of break up the monotony of, oh, this movie's fucking garbage. So yeah, I'll put the link to my Letterboxd in the description, and you guys can follow me on there, talk about movies, whatever, and hopefully I'll be doing another video soon. Did you like Demonic? I like Demonic. Let me know.